Many tradesmen think that Wera make the very best screwdrivers in the world, and I can't think of a reason to doubt that. They really specialise in this field. Now what we've got here is an absolutely stunning set. I'm going to take you through this. This is a VDE set, so it's exactly the same quality as the very best screwdrivers they make, but this one's got the added advantage that they've got the PVC sleeve there. These are VDE tested, so electricians can use these. These are individually tested to 1000 volts. Now, this set's got some really good features and benefits, and I'm just going to go through a few of these with you. You firstly look at the handle. It's a slightly odd shaped handle. This is a bi-material grip handle. You've got some soft grippy zones here as well as your moulded harder zones there. That gives you extra torque when you're physically turning the screw, so you get extra power to your arm. It's like a turbo for your arm. You think, oh, that looks a bit uncomfortable, it's a slightly odd shape. Well, this is where Wera set themselves apart from other screwdrivers. I'm going to show you just this. So we've got a little stress ball here, okay? So what I'm going to do is, if you clench that, you make a fist with your stress ball, okay? Now you'd think that your hand would give you a nice, smooth, round finish, okay? Now this will spring out, so if we can come in nice and close, as I release my fingers, you see the shape that the stress ball makes. So here we go, 1, 2, 3. Did you see that? You had the odd different curves on the zone there. Well, what that basically means is that that's replicated in the shape of this. So when you use it, it's lovely and comfortable to use in a traditional way that you would make a fist, because that's the obvious thing you're doing when you're adding pressure and you're clenching around the screwdriver as you're exerting torque onto the screw. And if you've not used a Wera screwdriver before, they are just so comfortable in use. They're fantastic screwdrivers. Another really great feature on this set, as I say, this is the very best top of the range ones that they make. You've got these little lines on there, and that's what they call slip stop. And on the cross point one as well, on the Phillips one, they've got the slip stop as well. Now what that does is it prevents the screwdriver camming out and coming out of the screw and damaging the screw head. Now I'm sure you've all had that in the past when you're trying to undo really tight screws or trying to get that last little tweak on a screw. It slips out, it damages the head. That's designed to prevent that. Now I'm just going to illustrate that. We've got a little credit card here. As you can see, it's got the slip stop feature at the end there, and it's plain at this end. I'm going to grab this, and then Nige is going to try and pull it out of my hand. And you can't, because it's got slip stop, okay? If I really wanted to pull it, you're not going to win. It's not going to pull out, and I'm going to do it myself. So you can see I'm going to have a tug of war with myself. Look at that, you can see my other hand slipping, and that's what we've got on the tips of the screwdriver. So you've really got a top-end screwdriver set here. You've got 6 of the most commonly used screwdrivers. So you've got slotted, you've got cross points, you've got some parallel. If you want to do any electrical work, that's a really popular one with electricians. A couple of parallel tips in there, as well as your standard fare. So this is good for tradesmen, it's good for householders, and it's also a really cracking set for the electrician. 2 other bits that we've got in here, these odd looking things here, you might not have seen these before. What are these for? These are called screw grippers. What these are for, if you're working at height or working at length, we've all done this before, when you've got to stretch for something or you're working above head height, you're going to go in and that's what happens, okay? Doesn't matter how good it is, and this has got the anti-slip technology, but if you're extending it, you're generally going to get some of that. Even if you've got a magnetic tip at height like that, you've got a problem. What the screw gripper does is you clip the screw in the end of it and it holds it. So it's holding it for you, and then your screwdriver goes in, pushes through. Can you see there? Screwdriver comes through. I'm just accentuating that for you. Your screw would already be in there, and then it's locked in, and that holds it. So I'm going to, whatever you're doing there, it's not falling off. I've not got a pre-drilled hole, but what you've got there is it's holding it while you're screwing in. Okay? And what happens, and I'm not going to go all the way through this, but when you get to the end, as you're doing your final tweaks on the screw, that gradually releases and then pings off, and then you're flush. And you either push through and drive it home, or you take it off. You can leave it on. A lot of people will leave them on the screwdrivers and then just pull them down as and when they need them. There again, you can see the slip stop action. Just using that, it's actually, you can feel it sort of self-cutting into the head of the screw just to grip it. You can feel that as you're using it. As I say, this really is a top-end screwdriver set. If you're going to treat yourself to a set of screwdrivers, really I would recommend a set like this, because the Wera ones, you've got your grippy zones there, your extra torque. You've got a little storage rack in that as well, and it comes with 2 screw grippers. A really super set from Wera.